DONTAE'S Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Testing the stream over here. YouTube has been acting real funny lately with this stream. I wanted to talk about this Freddie Roach news and all this pound for pound talk. First things first, man. Let me go ahead and give a shout out to ashkicking.com. Ashkicking.com. Y'all go ahead and check out the website. One of the best websites out there, some of the best products out there. Shout out to ashkicking.com. They sponsor the channel, DBN, so we are always gonna show them some love. You already know what it is on that. So I wanna once again talk about this Freddie Roach news and, you know, all this pound for pound talk. You know, it's for some people it was a celebration that Andre Ward retired. So, you know, everybody could just go ahead and try to make up who belongs on the list and who doesn't, you know. So we're gonna talk about all that, man. We're gonna go ahead and talk about all that. What's going on, everybody, in the comment section? Yeah, we going live. Hopefully the stream is good, man. You guys getting a good stream? Because the YouTube stream has been acting up lately. What's going on, my man Shabazz? What's going on, my man GMM? That's what it is, my man. Welcome to the jungle. Repping that Cleveland. What's going on, Christopher? Just giving shots out. Yeah, man, I want to talk about the pound for pound list. I wanted to talk about what Freddie Roach had to say, and a lot of people who agree with Freddie Roach when it comes to the pound for pound list. I mean, I think it's not really up for debate who the best fighter is right now. I mean, of course, when Andre Ward was at #1, it really wasn't up for debate. You know, but we're gonna talk about it. I'm just looking at the comment section right now. Okay, you guys said the stream is clear for the most part. Yeah, it's showing I have a good little stream bar over here. I want to make sure because YouTube has been acting a fool lately. Yeah, Freddie said African American and Filipinos won't sell. Yeah, D Brown, we're gonna talk about that. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the hypocrisy, and that's the whole thing, man. What's going on, Coach Sheldon? What you say? What's that? Oh, go ahead and switch to yes. Yeah, make sure you on there as a mod, so you can take care of the decafs, my man. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. But anyway, man, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm just looking at the comment section. I'm about to start rapping in a minute when it comes to this boxing stuff, man. Let me go ahead and get everything ready. Rocking and rolling. Let me see over here. Yeah, guys. So anyway, Freddie Roach, you know, he made it clear. And keep in mind, guys, Freddie Roach, obviously Manny Pacquiao's trainer, he basically didn't want his fighter Manny Pacquiao to fight against Terence Crawford. And you know, he said a lot of different things after he seen Terence Crawford perform. After Terence Crawford destroyed or dominated Victor Postal, that's when Freddie Roach, he spoke a little bit of the truth, and he said that you know, Terence Crawford is like a Floyd Mayweather with power. That's what he said. He's like a Floyd Mayweather with power. Then later on, he said, you know, we're gonna have to fight him eventually, because he said Bob Arum is basically putting pressure on them to fight him. And then out of nowhere, he came out of nowhere and he said, well, you know, black fighters don't sell, you know, when it comes to fighting against Manny Pacquiao, which we knew that was some BS. Because Manny Pacquiao's best numbers are against black fighters. And just like I always tell you guys on this channel, just wait for it. Eventually, the truth will always break free. You could lock up the truth, throw away the key, and eventually, the truth is going to break free. And that's what happened. So now when it comes to this pound for pound list and everybody trying to figure out who the best fighter in the world, I mean, the majority of people already know who the pound for pound is. Of course, you'll have the decafs. You know, they'll tell you Roman Gonzalez is number one if you talk to him, if you listen to him, right? So, matter of fact, let me go ahead and play this clip, man. I want to play this clip of what Freddie Roach, he had to say about the pound-for-pound list. All right, so check this out. Just go ahead and check this out, guys. Let me go ahead and play this clip real quick. Because when you hear Freddie Roach say something like this, I mean, we hear a lot of people say this. But when you hear Freddie Roach say it, I mean, it pretty much seals the decaf's fate, you know? So let me go ahead and play this clip. This is what Freddie Roach had to say on Terence Crawford and who the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world is. Check it out, y'all.
He might be the best fighter in the world today. He won that fight so easily, and I know, I've seen this guy fight before, the African boy. I've been at his fights. I was there when he won the world title, first round KO. I was there when he threw a 12-round decision over the English fighter. This guy was a good fighter. I mean, I thought, you know, if he takes him lightly, he might be in for a little trouble here. But he went out there, dominated him. I vote him the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world today.
Does he need to move to 147, Freddie? I think the one thing I think
it is, guys. You heard it from Freddie Roach himself. Freddie Roach, he just said right there that Terence Crawford is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. Now, there was some people saying that Lomachenko was number one. But guess what Lomachenko said? When they asked Lomachenko who the best fighter in the world was, you know what he said? He said Terence Crawford too. So it's pretty much unanimous. It's pretty much unanimous when it comes to who the best fighter in the world is, pound for pound. Something else I want to do, guys, because I'm kind of new to this. I'm kind of new to this super chat situation, and basically what it is, this is an opportunity for you guys that support what I'm doing to donate. You know, while I'm doing the live chat, I'm completely new to it. You know, so some of the people that recently donated to me, I want to go ahead and give them shouts out. Shouts out to my man L Dog. Shouts out to my man Latin Mayweather Cardoso Perez, who showed me some love. My man Patrick McHenry and my man T.Y. Kang. Those are the cats that recently showed me love. I appreciate everybody showing love in the super chat. You know, with me doing this as a full-time hustle, I really appreciate that, man. So whenever you guys want to show me love, go ahead and you can drop some love right there in the super chat. That's pretty much what it is, man. Let me go ahead and check out this comment section. I think the stream is going in and out right now. And I think so. Yes, sir. Coach Sheldon holding it down. Hey, Coach, I'm looking at the comment section right now. Once again, what's going on, my man Charles? Hashtag Houston. Houston in the building. All right, Charles. Thurman is that guy. My man Terrence Walker said Thurman is that guy. But you know, Errol Spence, he might disagree with you on that one. Thurman is the beast though, man. I mean, they got some people on the pound for pound list that Thurman could easily, you know, replace. You know, Ring Magazine, which you can't really take serious, they have Golovkin as number one. Some people, I start to wonder sometimes, do some of you guys even understand the concept of pound for pound number one? That means you are considered the best fighter in the whole wide world, right? That means you on your Michael Jordan, basically. That's basically what you're supposed to be in the sport of boxing, right? You are considered the best fighter in the world. And Ring Magazine will have you believe that Gennady Golovkin is better than Terence Crawford. He's better than Vasil Lomachenko. He's better than Guillermo Rigondeaux. You must be out of your damn mind. And they don't believe that. But it's a conflict of interest because Oscar De La Hoya runs Ring Magazine. You know what I mean? So we really can't even take that serious when, you know, we hear them saying, you know, Golovkin is number one, Canelo is number 6. I mean, just think about it for a second. Can you guys imagine if all of these fighters were in the same division, all naturally the same weight? Imagine if Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, even Keith Thurman, Imagine Andre Ward, Guillermo Rigo, Lomachenko, and Gennady Golovkin. Can you guys imagine if all of them were in the exact same weight class? Would you favor Golovkin to beat any of those fighters? Absolutely not. In fact, if Andre Ward or Floyd Mayweather were naturally the same weight, I mean natural, not moving up 5 weight classes like Floyd. Imagine if Floyd was in his natural weight and he wanted to fight Golovkin. They would probably accuse Floyd Mayweather of cherry picking. Oh yeah, you would want to fight Golovkin. Yeah, Floyd, you just want to fight him because he flat-footed and he's tailor-made for you, etc., right? This is the kind of stuff that they would say if Floyd Mayweather was in the same weight class trying to fight that boy. We know this to be the case. We know this to be the case. Floyd Mayweather, and amongst other fighters, they would have an easier, especially Floyd, since I'm talking about Floyd would have an easier time against Gennady Golovkin. Like I said, especially if they were the same age. Same if they were naturally the same weight. I'm not talking about a 40-year-old Floyd that, has to move up, another weight class after he done already moved up 5 weight classes. No, I'm talking about Floyd in his prime, just like Golovkin is in his prime. You know what I mean? If Floyd was in his prime, Floyd would have beat Gennady Golovkin easier than he beat Marcos Maidana. Because you've seen how Golovkin looked against Canelo Alvarez. I mean, Floyd Mayweather moved up to Floyd Mayweather. He fought a guy that was way bigger than him in Canelo, right? So you had Canelo that was 14 years younger. He was 15 pounds bigger, undefeated, bigger, stronger. How is it possible that a smaller guy like Floyd can dominate a bigger guy like Canelo better, beat him in a more impressive fashion than Golovkin did? How was that even possible, guys? It's a rhetorical ass question, man. It's a rhetorical ass question, man. So, and same thing goes for Andre Ward, Guillermo Rigo. These guys, they would have beat Gennady Golovkin convincingly. I think a lot of fans, after watching Golovkin against Canelo, even the fans that hated Andre Ward's guts, I think they even said to themselves, thank God Golovkin never fought Andre Ward. Thank God he never fought Andre Ward. I mean, we even heard HBO's own Max Kellerman, who loves Golovkin. He said, he wasn't impressed with Golovkin's performance. He said something on those lines. I'm paraphrasing. But this is the guy that The Ring puts as the best fighter in the whole wide world after his performance against Canelo Alvarez. All right, let me go ahead and take a look at the comment section, guys. I'm looking at the comment section right now. That was easy work for Thurman. I'm just, I don't know what you guys were talking about. Let me see what you guys are talking about over here. All right. I'm just waiting for Wilder versus Ortiz. My man, incredible. Yeah, man, I'm with you on that one. That boy Deontay Wilder, man. Deontay Wilder is the truth, man. And when I say he's the truth, I ain't talking about how good he is, skill-wise. This man, Deontay Wilder, he paid money to Bermane Stiverne to step aside to fight the most dangerous heavyweight in the division. Someone that Anthony Joshua wasn't in a hurry to fight, and other heavyweights. Deontay Wilder, he paid money, told Bermane Stiverne, his mandatory, to step aside so he could take care of business with Luis Ortiz. Just so you guys can understand how impressive that is. Do you know that's like Gennady Golovkin paying off Dominic Wade or paying Willie Monroe step-aside money so he could fight Andre Ward? Can you imagine Golovkin doing something like that? That's equivalent to what my man Deontay Wilder just did, man. That's equivalent to what he just did. Let me go ahead and take another look at the comment section right now, guys. So for those of you guys just tuning in, I played a clip earlier of Freddie Roach letting everybody know who pound for pound the best fighter in the world, is. And he said it was Terence Crawford. So did Lomachenko, coincidentally. Someone who is also on that pound-for-pound list. But I tell you guys something right now, man. I think Lomachenko, the winner of Lomachenko versus Rigo, you know, they would have a good argument. I'm just saying they would have a good argument for number one. No doubt about it at number two. But they would have a good argument for number one, for sure. You feel me? So, yeah, man, we're going to see, man. We are going to see what it is in December. We got some good ones coming up, man. We got some real good ones coming up. Let me see what y'all talking about over here. Okay. Yeah, those pay-per-view buys. Yeah, the pay-per-view buys. We talked about that on the show. I actually had to strip the show, and I broke it down, guys. And like, I'm still breaking down the show because my producer, he had the audio connected to my laptop, so it wasn't connected to to my mixer, to my mixer and all my radio equipment. So the audio was horrible. So I took the show down, the last one we did, because it was like whack ass audio, and I don't like that kind of stuff. My audio and everything got to be good. Loma versus Rigo is definitely number two. Pound for pound, the winner. Argument for one, absolutely. Coach Sheldon. What's going on, my man Arab King? What's going on, y'all? Yeah, man. Like I said, I just wanted to get my thoughts out and talk about this pound for pound list. Once again, I have to agree with Freddie Roach and Lomachenko, and I don't even want to say I want to agree or I have to agree. It is what it is. It's not really up for debate anymore. Terence Crawford, he moved up in weight. They said he was ducking Victor Postal. He dominated Victor Postal. Okay? They said that he was ducking Felix Diaz. He went in there, annihilated Felix Diaz. Okay? He destroyed the first man to knock out Gamboa. And Gamboa gave Terence Crawford his toughest fight to date. Right? No doubt about it. That's what it is, man. For everybody tuning in, I appreciate it once again, man. For everybody showing love in the super chat area, donating money to the live chat, if you support what I'm doing, I appreciate it. I'm just taking another glance. I'm seeing what y'all talking about. Who do I have winning that fight? Rigo versus Loma. You know what, Charles? That's a tough fight. And I'll be honest with you. When I first thought of the idea of Rigo having to move up 2 weight classes, I leaned towards Lomachenko. To be honest with you, I thought Lomachenko, that's just too much. That's too much of a deficit, a disadvantage for Rigo to go into the fight being the much older guy, the much shorter, the much smaller guy, right? He was already fighting guys 20 pounds bigger than him at 122, like when he fought Donaire. So I'm like, that's going to be too much of a disadvantage. But then when I seen how aggressive Rigo was calling out Vasyl Lomachenko and the confidence factor, that's when I said to myself, you know what, man, I may have to slightly lean towards Rigo in this fight. I have a feeling that the size may not be that much of a difference, and Rigo's left hand may still be a bigger punch than any punch that Lomachenko throws. Now, that's yet to be seen and proven, but we'll find out, man. We'll find out December 9th, right? So we'll see, man. We'll definitely see. But that's a good one, man. Yep. Let me see what y'all talking about. I'm just saying Canelo asked for 152 because Mayweather can't make 154. Okay, y'all talking about that 2 pounds BS. Let me tell you something about the 2 pounds, and I'm just jumping into the end of a conversation, but I'll tell you right now, when it comes to that 2 pounds, Canelo coming down 2 pounds. If Floyd Mayweather can fight Canelo in his late 30s, close to age 40, 14 years older, the much smaller guy with what they say pillow-fisted hands. If Floyd could fight with all them damn disadvantages, you telling me a 23-year-old, you know, that's an excuse for him to lose because he had to lose 2 pounds. Come on, you know that don't make no damn sense at all. That don't make no damn sense at all. We already know what it is. Yup. So anyway, let me see what's going on. Who do you have between Charlo and Lubin? You know, I have a horse in that fight, but I don't want to say nothing about that one right there because yeah, I can't really speak on that one, man. I can't really speak, but I do have a horse on that one. You know, all I'm gonna say is Jamel Charlo is a beast. He over there sparring with Errol Spence. And as far as I'm concerned, Erickson Lubin, he's the closest thing to Errol Spence as far as I'm concerned. I mean, that boy is extremely talented. Something I will say, though, and it's pretty interesting. I'm gonna interview my man. Derrick James. I'm gonna interview Derrick James, and I'm gonna ask him. You know, what does he think about the fact that everybody I talk to. Matter of fact, I might even try to surprise him and call him up. You know, everybody I talked to, they actually picked Lubin to win that fight. Every person I talked to, they picked Erickson Lubin to beat Charlo. And it's pretty interesting when you think about it because, you know, not too often does some undefeated fighter come along that hasn't really stepped up in competition, and he's fighting against one of the best fighters, you know, in the world when it comes to Jamel Charlo. And yet, everyone is picking the guy who hasn't had the best competition yet. So that says a lot about Erickson Lubin and his skill set. No doubt about it. Here, let me try to, I'm going to try to call up Derrick right now, man. See if we can get him on the phone. He's probably in the gym training. I don't even know. But we're going to try to call him up. Let's see if we can get him on the line right now while we going live. Let me see here. I'm trying to call up Derrick James. It'd be pretty cool if he's not busy. Yeah, we're going to call up Derrick James, Jamel Charlo's trainer. If he's not in the gym right now training. Yeah, it's around. Yeah, he ain't going to answer the phone right now. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Dante, let me call you back in like 5 minutes. I'm back soon, bro.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. I got you. I got you live. Go ahead and call me back. All right.
I'm being domestic.
Yeah. What'd you say?
That I'm being very domestic right now.
Okay. Hey, take care of your business. Hey, call me back.
Huh? You know
what?
I can talk. I'll talk to you all day.
Okay, for sure. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, so I got Derrick James live right now. Just called him up. I was saying, yeah, he probably training. I don't know what you're doing right now, James. But, yeah, we got Jamel Charlo and Errol Spence trainer on the phone right now. Hey, man, I want to ask, you got a hot one, man. You got a hell of a fight with Erickson Lubin, man. I mean, what you think about Erickson Lubin and how well do you know him? Did you watch him coming up in the amateurs or anything?
Nah, he came out. He came behind us with L, and he's a good fighter, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I never really watched him at the fights, but we always fought like a couple cars together. I've been at a couple of his fights. I just never really paid attention to him.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's so much about being more, you know, detail oriented, to see exactly what he does and all the things like that. So now it's like you got to go in and break it down and try to kind of memorize what he does, and so that's where I'm at. And you know, like I said, I imitate what the guys do that my guys are fighting. So, you know, I'm imitating him. You know, doing what he does, and he's a good fighter. He's a very talented fighter. You know, nice hands, nice power, nice ability. So you know, it's just all about us being the best. We all best. Jamel Charlo is, and you know, it's a good fight, man. You know, I think we you know, I've been having a spot with Errol again. You know, he's a left-handed fighter, and so I think it's very important that he spoke with a really good fighter and high quality. So I mean, I know that Errol is falling on a level that, you know, Lubin hasn't, and it's hard to imagine that if you've never been on that level to be being pushed. So I think that my job is to make sure we continue to push Jamel and let him go, you know, 10, 12, 14 rounds or so with Errol to push him to the next level.
Mm-hmm. Hey, now I mean I gotta throw this out here. I just gotta get your reaction on this. Now, Derrick, everyone I talked to when I asked them about this fight, I talked to about 5 cats, that talk boxing and everything, and all of them picked Lubin to win this fight. Does that surprise you?
You just said they talk boxing. Okay.
Well, some of them were boxers. Some of them were boxers, but yeah.
Listen, I can't see a boxer saying unless they don't like Charlo, but hey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, everybody has the idea of what it is. I mean, everybody thought Errol was going to lose too. So, hey, that's all I got to say. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody picked Kell Brooks to win.
That's true.
So
that is true.
It's just all about going out there. And they just said Charles Haley was going to give Jamel a tough fight or rough fight or whatever, And, so we just got to go out there and, like I said, be the best Jamel Charlo that he can be, right? And don't really worry about what everybody else had to say. Listen, there's no way on this earth, I don't give a damn what the people they do, no way that the Erickson Lubin is anywhere close to Errol Spence.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get that, no matter what the people say, the fighters say, those same fighters you talk about, they wouldn't get in the ring with him. So what I'm saying is, that if this guy, you going this many rounds with this guy, and this guy taking you to the next level, getting you sharp, getting everything on point, I mean, it's just a difference. Like I said, it's a difference, and we'll see. I mean, I know Lubin's fast, Lubin has power, he has skill, but I think everything will be to the test right now because he's never fought anybody, of relevance, and that could push him to see really how good he is. Maybe we don't know how good he is.
Mm-hmm,
but to fight Jamel and to beat Jamel Charlo, he's gonna have to be the best Erickson Lubin that he could possibly be.
Yeah, and not only that, but Jamel has a huge advantage with the experience, and then he's sparring with Errol Spence, right? I mean, so like you just alluded to, like you said earlier, so that's a huge advantage that he has over Erickson too, right?
I mean, without a doubt. I mean, so it's like you can't get any better sparring. I can't imagine who he would be sparring with to prepare him for Jamel's speed, Jamel's power, Jamel's athleticism, and sharpness and his quickness and everything. So, but we'll see. I mean, this is a situation that was pushed by the WBC, not by anybody else. So, that's not. Hey, so it is what it is, and it's a fight. It's a fight. We got to fight, and we got to go out there and prove that we are the best. We are the world champ at that weight division and continue on. But I don't look past Erickson Lubin. I don't think about all the other guys on the card. I just think about Erickson Lubin right now. So that's where my focus is, and that's where it goes. That's where it lies right there.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe that Erickson Lubin is the best opponent that Jamel has ever faced?
Why would anybody say that? I mean, it's the other way around. Jamel Charlo is the best opponent that Erickson.
Oh, no doubt. Oh, no doubt about that. That's all day.
So to say that he's better than Vonis Motorosian?
No,
to say he's better than Gabe Rosado, to say he's better than Charlie out to a lot of other guys. I mean, I don't think so. I think that we'll put it like this: we don't know, so we'll see October 14th how good he really is. I mean, because that's basically what it is. I mean, we really don't know how good he is. I mean, I watched him. I mean, and but I don't know how good he is because we hadn't been faced in front of him. We hadn't been faced with him. I mean, he's a very athletic. He's a very, intelligent fighter. And so we'll just have to see. But I by no means would I say that at this particular point that he's the best fighter that he's ever faced, because he faces Errol Spence every day, like I just told you. So he can't be. Yeah. He can't be that, but he can be a great fighter because there's no way. I mean, there's no way to my imagination. I would have to imagine for him to be as good as Errol. So that's why we push each other. That's why Jamel requests, like, I need him. This is a good young fighter. This is a young, tough fighter. And to only be the best, man, you got to get in the ring with the best, work with the best, spar with the best, and have desire to be the best. And I think that's what he has. So we'll see.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, because Jamel, man, he's been dominating everybody. He's been looking real good, and to add a win like this on top of what he didn't already did, I mean, that just really catapults his career even further, as far as I'm concerned, Derrick. You know.
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, it's good for boxing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good for boxing. It's good for these other guys. You got all these guys, you know, in the at the fights and fighting on the same card. So you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody want to make a statement. So you got to be able to, you know, with the level of experience that Laura has, you know, the level of experience that Jamel has. I mean, it's like everybody want to make a statement. So, you know, people coming out there to do their best because, you know, the other guy could possibly be watching that you're going to be fighting somewhere down the line. So you got to go out there and look spectacular. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's a lot. If the guys don't think about the other guys, just focus on that fight, everybody will be okay. But I think that when they think about the possibility to look down the line, that's where the issues lie. So everybody just got to go out there and be focused.
Mm-hmm. Are you any closer? Is Errol any closer to getting an opponent right now, or what?
I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that I don't know. So, you know, we just got to find out. It's whoever it is and whatever it is. I think the fans will be very pleased and they'll understand the situation. And you know, they're gonna like who he's fighting. You know, I can't say. So, you know, it's just what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, hey, they know who they're fighting. We know who they're fighting. You just can't, you know.
So you already know something is in the works, but you can't say nothing about it right now?
Yeah. From what I understand, yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, just, you know, we're in the gym doing 12 rounds. This is before, you know, we're sparring. You sparring with middleweight Rob Brandt and Jamel Charlo and Adrian Taylor, a couple other guys, you know, so same guy, Adrian Taylor, the same guy he sparred with. We took over to the UK. He's like light heavyweight. So, you know, we're working with him, you know, and so, you know, L is being basically a sparring partner for a stablemates, you know. That's helping everybody get ready, but, you know, that's what they do for him. That's what he's doing for them, you know, so we want the best from his stablemates. So, you know, hey, that's what it's about.
Getting the best work. It ain't no better work,
man.
It ain't no better work probably in the country right now than that gym now, man.
Well, listen, man. Listen, we talk about the world, man. Think about it. I mean, because when you talk about America, you're talking about the world because we have, you know,
all the best fighters.
It's the best gym in America in the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, you know, so you got that work, and other people come in. We got John Vera Jr. He's like 154 pounder. He's, I think, in the WBO, and he comes to spars also. So we got a number one at middleweight. Got 2 world champions. We got number 4 at you know, light in the WBO. So all these guys are highly regarded, highly ranked fighters, all sparring and helping getting together. You see, John Vera's not from Dallas, but he drives in once a week because he knows, hey, listen, if I want to get to the next level, I got to get in the ring with these guys. So that's what it is, and that's how it works.
Hey, give them the scoop on John Vera, man, for the people who don't know about him.
So John Vera is, I think he's like 20-something and old, maybe. He's with Roy Jones Promotions, and he fights this Friday in Dallas at Gillis in Dallas, and he's a pretty tough, pretty big. Like, he looks like Jamel was from Jamel. Man, how much you weigh? Like 170 one day? He said, no, man. I said, no. Jamel said, yes. I said, no, man. He fights next week. He can't weigh that heavy. So he's a big guy. You know? Okay. And if Jamel's a big guy, this guy's a big guy too. You know, so we'll go out and we'll see him fight this Saturday and this Friday. It should be spectacular. So, you know, he had a great work to get ready. So, you know, it's good, man. You know, a lot of guys. Surprisingly enough, a lot of people don't contact us to come in town and get to work. You know what I mean? So, but it's hard.
You surprised?
Well, you know what? Not really. It's hard though. I mean, these guys, you can imagine, these are big punches, and we don't play boxing. You know what I'm saying? So you get in there, I always tell them, listen, man, you gotta be focused. You know, you gotta be on your game because, you know, forget the fight. You may not be able to make it through training camp. So you got to get. My motto, what I always say, you spun with Errol. He's gonna get better. You're gonna get beat up. That's big, small, or whatever the case. Doesn't matter.
Hey, since you brought up, the best fighters in the world, what you think about not ESPN, the Ring magazine? They said pound for pound, the best fighter in the world is Gennady Golovkin. That's what the Ring magazine said. What you think about them saying that?
Well, I think he can't. Well, for one, I know he can't even beat. Put it like this. I've said this before, and I got a lot of heat for this. When he fought against
Kell Brook,
and I said that. What did I say? That Errol Spence would knock out both of them.
I remember.
Listen now.
I got heat just for reporting you. I got heat just for reporting that you said that.
What did you say?
I said I got heat just for reporting the fact that you even said that.
Now listen to me. My statement don't change at all, and I'm not because I see him and like that's only small bigger guys all day long. And so, as I say before, this best pound for pound fight in the world. He couldn't beat Canelo. So where is Canelo? Is Canelo number 2? Because
they got him at number 6. I mean, but you got Freddie Roach and Lomachenko just recently said that Terence Crawford is number 1, the best fighter in the world. So I mean, but Oscar De La Hoya actually he owns the Ring magazine too. But I just think that everything is subjective. So he can say what he wants or whatever. But if you're asking me, I think that he's not. I watched him fight the fight. I watched it by myself in the studio all by myself, and I'm watching him like, he's, I think that there's this idea that they want him to be great. They wished him and wanted him to be better than he really was, and he showed his limitations when he fought Canelo. I mean, he was very hesitant in throwing punches. Why? Because when you have the ball and everything going your way for so long, and you get in the ring with somebody who's going to make you do something different, he could not adjust. He couldn't cut the ring off from once. Everybody, this hypocrisy about how he cuts the ring off. And his trainer told him, he didn't tell him to step over to the right and throw the right hook. He told him to throw the right hook, but you're still giving him that door out. So if you step over to the right, you would have stopped him from stepping over, getting out. He didn't say that. He thought, well, just throw a right hook at him in the corner. I heard him say that. And listen, he was missing by a mile, man. When he fought leaning forward, so when he fought coming forward and leaning forward, all the power was on the left hand, not the right hand. So if you watch him, he's leaning forward when he's punching. So the power's on the left hook, not the right hand. Because all the weight is on the front foot. So it can't be much power on the back leg. Excellent point.
He kind of, so he was, but he couldn't land. He wouldn't, when he would get close to Canelo, he was frustrated because he couldn't land shots, man. He wasn't throwing punches. The first 5 rounds, I got Canelo win the fight. I do. But he could have lost the 5th. But he won the first 4. He boxed. He looked phenomenal, man. I mean, Canelo looked great. I was coming in with no idea who I wanted to win the fight. So it wasn't like I have a preference. So I was watching one guy more than the other. I just think that he was the better boxer. He was slick. He stepped around. He did a lot of stuff. Made head movement, man. I mean, he had Triple G confused, and he really kind of punked him. He had his hands down in front of him. How you fighting a big puncher and you drop your hands in front of him and no big deal. And
why wasn't Golovkin going to the body? Stats say that he only landed like 8 body shots or something like that.
You know why? Because the guy was moving his body. He has. I don't want to go into it. He has obviously issues with depth perception because he couldn't tell. He was shooting shots too long or too short, or not shooting them at all. And I mean, I think that he didn't cut the ring off. He did not work the jab. He didn't not effective. Now, just because you're coming forward doesn't mean anything. If not, this guy was boxing. He was dancing, putting his hands down. I mean, man, come on, he wasn't scared of anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Canelo conditioning, all these guys, the conditioning is not so great. Canelo's condition is not great, but he pushed himself. Triple G's condition is not great. He got tired when he fought Kell Brook, and they were only in the fifth round. I mean, so you look at Kovalev, his condition is not great. So training up in that altitude doesn't help if you're not pushing yourself, I think. So I think that, I don't know if that what they're doing, but they're not getting, I'm just saying, hey.
And they listening to you right now, and they said Derrick James, he definitely pays attention to detail. So that's what it is, man. But
I mean, I'm just saying, if you think about this, if you look at it, how he was coming at the guy and how he was, he's very basic. I don't think he's intelligent either. Not as a boxer. I don't think so, because a lot of the things that you would. A lot of times when I'm training, I work with him on every scenario possible. Jamil, every possible scenario. Everything the guy does, everything the guy possibly will do, things that the guy hadn't done, we're going to have a punch for that shot in hopes that the situation presents itself. So when you see it, you acknowledge it and you jump on it, right? So, so it's not like a surprise when you see him do this and do that, like, oh, I didn't know what to do. No, you know what to do, so we try to prepare him for that, man. And I think that when you're so dominant for so long, I think that he, like I told somebody before, Canelo had to get better, because when he fought Mayweather, right, he thought everything he was doing was perfect until he fought a better fighter, a more superior fighter, so he had to grow and get more depth. With Triple G, he has been the best fighter he's been in the ring with. So he hasn't, and people look at, like I tell people, when you train a really good fighter, it's the hardest thing in the world, because you just look at the end results, not the flaws, not what they do right. So my job is to look at everything he does wrong. The world can tell him what he does right? So by the time he gets in the ring, what he does wrong becomes what he does right. But they just looked at the end result, and that's a knockout or a victory. Not that he's dropping his hand, not that he can't cut the ring out, not that he's ineffective with certain punches. So that's what you see when you saw him that night. I mean, that was the best Triple G you could see, was that night.
And that was supposed to be the best Triple G. If everybody just tuning in right now, and I just want to let you guys know, one of the best trainers in the world, I got on the phone right now, Errol Spence trainer and Jamel Charlo's trainer, my man Derrick James, is chopping it up with me right now. Derrick, let me also ask you about since we got a whole lot of good fights coming up, man, real soon, man. What about Rigo versus Lomachenko, man?
I haven't thought about it. You know what I mean? Like I have other things on my plate.
Yeah, I feel you.
I mean, so I don't really watch either one of them fight. I haven't seen them fight. You know what I mean? I've seen Rigondeaux fight when he fought my Mexican little brother who beat him.
You talking about one of his recent fights or a long time ago?
Well, the second fight. When he fought the second fight. What's the guy name? The guy that beat him.
The guy that beat who? Oh, the one that beat Loma, you mean?
Yeah,
Orlando Salido. Okay, I thought you said Rigo. Yeah.
So I saw when he fought him. I mean, I haven't really watched him much after that. I think that it's great to be a great athletic fighter, but I think that if you're so good, I don't believe in all of the show dance and all the bravado. So I think if you're that good, go knock him out, go beat him. That's what I believe. If you're that guy, we don't need to see all of that. I mean, we don't need to see all of that. Just go get him. And so I think this would be a fight with two guys maybe possibly doing the same thing. One bigger than the other. So I may watch it though. I may watch it. I think it may be interesting to watch it.
I mean, you got two-time gold medalists with like 400 amateur fights each, both considered top 5 probably pound for pound. So it definitely would be a good fight to watch. I think but I think
it's gonna be an awesome fight. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
To watch. So.
No doubt, man. Hey, man. Well, once again, I appreciate your time as always. Thanks for picking up, man. I just, caught you off guard, So
you gotta let me know, man. You know, you can't put me on blast. I'm being domestic, man. Vacuuming my house, cleaning up, man. You know, like,
my bad, man. My bad. That's why I try to let you know right away, though.
Yeah. You did say me. I'm cleaning. You know, I'm cleaning, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that just let everybody know you my boy, though. You know, I could call you up when you cleaning, so that's good.
I'm gonna pick up. I saw the phone call. You my man. Look, I saw the phone call. Picked up. I was like, let me hit you back, man. Vacuum. So, but it's good, man. Look, and it's my pleasure, man. You know, I could, talk to you, whatever. It's all good.
For sure, family. Hey, before I let you go, let them know about your other your middleweight that you got. You got a beast in there. There's a middleweight, and your other fighters you training. Let them know real quick what it is.
Yeah,
man.
Robert Brandt fights October 27th in Germany, and he fights Jorgen Blammer is the guy's name, and he was like the two-time light heavyweight champion. He was down the super.
Nice.
He's in that Super Series boxing tournament, and so he fights October 27th, and we're fighting in his hometown, in a very interesting part of Germany. You know, the kind that don't like people of other ethnicities. Like, we got to go there and get the work in. You know, we give him some reason to really be mad at us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's all good, man. You know, we're gonna go over there and handle it. He fights. He's 22-0, and I don't know the knockouts, but he only went the distance one time in the past 3 to 4 years since I've been training him. So
wow, okay.
We'll see about this one also. Not that I promote knocking out knockouts. I just think that we throw the right shots to get the right punches, you know. So I'm not a super fast Mayweather guy. I used to train with Roger Mayweather. I don't do that. I think I work mitts on the pace of a heartbeat, which is a natural reaction of the body. So I slow it down, and the natural reaction of the body to where and that helps the guys to be very accurate and to be right on point. So, you know.
I hear you, man. Hey, man. Well, I want to say good luck in 2 weeks. With your fighter Jamel. That's a great fight, man. And anything else you want to say to the fans before I let you go, fam?
Nah, man. I just want to say what's up to everybody. And thank you for calling me and talk to you since I saw you in Vegas at the Mayweather fight. So
for sure.
And hey, man, thanks for the support. Thanks for the voice. And, it's all good, man. We're going to go out there, and Jamel's going to do his thing. He's looking good in camp. And the key to it is just to continue to keep pushing on with everything everybody's doing. And just say, we'll see each other at the top.
Absolutely, man. So, I'll be talking to you right after the fight, man. So, I'll catch up with you. All right, Derrick?
All right, appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
All right, man. Take care, man.
Yeah. All right, later. Yep. Yeah.
All right. Y'all heard it from my man, Derrick James. That's Jamel Charlo's trainer and Errol Spence, man down trainer right there. That was pretty cool, man. He gave us a whole lot of good stuff. That's a tough fight, man. That's a 50-50 fight. We got a lot of 50-50 fights this year, but Lubin versus Charlo, or Charlo versus Lubin, that is a 50-50 fight. Let me go ahead and check out good stuff. Dante getting DJ. I appreciate it. Firefox, great interview as always. Good looking Antonio. I appreciate it. Okay, got Carla with the hearts. Appreciate that too. Looking at the comments right now. Yeah, man, it was a good conversation. Derrick, that's my boy, man. He always break it down, man. And see, this is what I like, because you have some people that's been in boxing all their life, and every time, you ask them a question, they real vague. They don't go into detail. They don't elaborate. But, Derrick James, he breaks it down. And, and when I have him on camera, he'll illustrate and display, and, he'll give you examples, so he's real cool, man. He's real cool. And, for anybody that just tuned in right now, and we had a great interview. But if you missed anything, I'm gonna break this down. That's gonna be a separate video right there with Derrick James chopping it up. Yeah, Derrick James is cool, man. Yeah, so, you know, that's a tough fight, man. Boy, that's a tough fight. I'm telling you, man. I'm really telling you. It'll be really, really interesting to see how that fight plays out. I see knockdowns in that fight. I mean, the fight to me is it's on the grounds, it's on the level of Jamal Charlo versus J-Rock Williams. I mean, that's kind of the level this fight is on right now. You know, everybody thought, you know, or you know, going into that fight, J-Rock, you know, he was perceived as a monster, and Jamal had to fight the monster. And now here's Jamal's brother doing the same thing. Now he has to fight one of these, you know, young lions. This a monster. So we'll see how it plays out, guys. We'll see how it plays out. Yep. Who was Lubin's best win against? Well, you know, Lubin, I mean, clearly Lubin, you know, he hasn't fought, you know, the type of competition that Charlo has faced, but every fighter makes that transition, though. Every fighter makes that transition from, you know, facing tomato cans, journeymans, and then they just all of a sudden jump into fighting great competition, just like Floyd Mayweather. I mean, you can ask the same question, you know, before Floyd fought Janero Hernandez, who was his best opponent did he beat? But did it really matter? It didn't matter, because Floyd Mayweather went in there with only 17 fights, and he dominated and stopped who was a lineal champion, who was considered pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world at the time that he beat him. Okay? So, you know, yeah, that's pretty much what that is. What's going on? All right. Steve, what's that? Steve's bathroom remodeling repair. I guess you just got a shout out, man. Good looking, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. And once again, man, you know, let me go ahead and give shouts out. You know, like I said, I'm just learning about this little super chat little feature they have over here. So if you guys really like what I'm doing, if you want to see me go live a little bit more, or you just want to support Dante's Boxing Nation and support the movement, man, you could go ahead and show some love and drop a donation in the super chat area. Shouts out to L Dog once again, Latin Mayweather, Cardoso, Perez, Patrick McHenry, T.Y. Kang. Yeah, man, those are cats that showed me love, you know, in the super chat area. So yeah, man, that's pretty much what it is. That's pretty much what it is. Let me go ahead and see what else you guys are talking about. What's going on, my man Duke? My man Duke Odin. He said, my man said, do a top 10 brawlers list. Ooh wee. Yeah, that's a Margarito is probably number one. Gaddy be in there. Brandon Rios is he up there tough. Yeah, we got it's a couple good brawlers out there. Roman Gonzalez. I don't know if Roman Gonzalez is considered a brawler, because once he stepped up in competition or stepped up in weight, he wasn't as aggressive as he was when he was in the smaller weight classes. So I started to throw him on that brawlers list, but can't do it. What's going on, Sam Kelly? Yeah, man, we live over here just chilling. Tristan Taylor said Ward what? What are you saying about Ward? Yeah, I'm looking at the comments right now. Texas in the house. My man Steve repping that Texas. Rigo beats Loma by unanimous decision. Yeah, that's a good fight, guys. That's a good fight. Oh, yeah, Mickey Ward. Yeah, of course Mickey Ward is on the pound for pound best brawlers list. Boy, this list I'm coming up with, this brawlers list, this is going to make Jim Lampley proud of me right here. Sure is. Boy, Jim Lampley, he having a hell of a year. He having a tough year, ain't he? I'm telling you, man, if Lomachenko loses to Rigo, I would not be surprised if Jim Lampley just quits and retires or something like that. I mean, Jim Lampley, man, he didn't had a rough year, man. Jim Lampley and HBO, they didn't had a rough year, boy. I'm telling you. Don't be surprised if Jim Lampley retires, man. If he resigns, If Lomachenko loses to Rigo, and the decafs, man, the decafs, man, pray for him. That's a 50-50 fight, though. That fight, I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, good looking out to my man Ed Valencia. Showed me some love in the super chat. Love your perspective on the fight game. New listener, but we'll be hanging with your channel. More live podcasts will be cool. Repping that Fremont, California. Good looking out, Ed. I appreciate it. Everybody showing love in the super chat. If you want to see me do more live, streams, I appreciate it if you guys show me love. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. I say, my man Ryan Williams. I don't know if I didn't get a pop up. If you I didn't get a pop up. If you drop something. Terrible year for the decafs. You ain't never lied, CSM. You ain't never lied. Yeah, man, we getting it in, y'all. DBN live. Oh, my man Ryan Williams. He said, "How can I donate?" You got to go to that super chat. You go to that super chat option. I'm kind of new to it myself. I just learned about it, but you could just click right now on that super chat option. It should be somewhere in the live area, and yeah, you could drop $1. You could drop whatever you want, man. If you guys supporting that DBN movement, if you guys want to support that new media, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and show that love. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. Yeah, man. My man said, "What's a decaf, man?" And you got to take that E out of there, man. A decaf is a dumb, casual ass fan. Okay? That can be just an emotional fan that doesn't base things on logic. He bases things on his emotions. Shout out to my man Justin. Oh, I appreciate it, fam. My man Justin just showed me love in the super chat. A whole lot of love. I appreciate that, Justin. Who is Gamboa's next fight? Why has he been all but forgotten? He's the only guy to have success versus Crawford. Like I said earlier, that's true, Justin. That is true. Gamboa is the only person. That's why I don't buy it when people try to take away credit from Crawford and say, "Oh, but Gamboa was too small." Gamboa is the only person that really hurt Terence Crawford, and he was outboxing Crawford for a couple rounds. But to answer your question, Justin, I truly believe that Gamboa, I don't know if he just lost focus or something like that, but Gamboa, he just hasn't been the same, man. He hasn't really been the same since the loss. I mean, he did look kind of good right after he lost to Gamboa. He had, a tune-up type fight, but then his last two fights before he had got stopped or before he lost, he was leaving himself wide open. And I'll be honest, man, if Gamboa can't focus and he can't get back, to the form he was before the Crawford fight, then there's no reason, I think, for him to continue, man. I mean, he's really going to have to sit back and, and get refocused, man. You know what I mean? He's going to have to rededicate himself. So that's what it is, man. But good looking out, man. Shout out once again to Justin. I appreciate the donation. Like I said, once again, anybody, if you guys want to show love to DBN, if you want to see more live feeds, we might start doing this about 3-4 times a week, man, or more, man. You guys can show love, in the super chat donation area like my man Justin just did, man. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. Hey, Coach Sheldon, let me know if there's anybody in the comment section right now that that I can make as a moderator, man. I'll go ahead and make them a moderator. Yeah, man. So here, let me see what you guys are talking about over here. What you guys are talking about now. Yeah, Gamboa fell off big time. Gamboa was too inactive. Yeah, man. Gamboa. I mean, there was a time, man, when I thought Gamboa, I mean, before he fell apart, man, Gamboa versus Lomachenko, the undefeated Gamboa. Can you guys imagine how different Gamboa's career would have been if he would have got that Mikey Garcia fight that he always wanted? Can you guys imagine how different his career would have been? Or how that fight would have played out? That would have been a great fight, man. That would have really been a great fight. But instead, he had to take a much tougher road. Instead of Mikey Garcia, he had to fight Terence Crawford. You feel me? And I interviewed Gamboa, you know, a long time after that fight. And Gamboa said to me, he said, you know, certain fighters like myself, you know, they force us to fight. They put us in the toughest fights. He said that. He was like, you know, I had to fight Crawford. You know, he said that. He said, you know, they forced me to fight the toughest opponent, which was Crawford. And we all know he wanted Mikey Garcia. What you guys talking about, the pound for pound list? I see you guys putting Thurman. Somebody put Thurman. I don't know if this is your pound for pound list. I guess he has Thurman as 1, Crawford as 2, Spence as 3. Well, you know, I mean, you know, once again, when it comes to my pound for pound list, I think everyone has this criteria. They may not use the same acronyms as I use, but it's all about RDS. That is resume, dominance, and skill set. You have to have all 3 of those attributes, all 3 of those things to be considered pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world, if not number 1, the best fighter in the world. You know, and I think when it comes to Terence Crawford, his resume, dominating Felix Diaz, dominating Victor Postal, dominating, knocking out Gamboa, right? Of knocking out this tall African fighter who was undefeated and had never been dominated before. All of a sudden, Crawford goes in there, steps up and, you know, fighting against a tough, undefeated champion, makes it look easy. I mean, how many times do we see some fighters, they step up in competition and they struggle? They struggle. They don't look good at all. You know, it's controversial, the decision, kind of like the Gamboa Canelo Alvarez situation, right? When Terence Crawford steps up in competition, he dominates. Terence Crawford is one of the rare type of fighters that can dominate an opponent that's, you know, of higher caliber, just like he dominates, you know, a journeyman, right? We don't really see a different Terence Crawford. We don't see an unsure, you know, a Crawford, you know, that doesn't have the same confidence. We don't see that with Crawford when he steps up in competition. Same thing with Errol Spence. Even though he had a tough fight with Kell Brook, we seen the same type of Errol Spence, right? Once again, when you look at the dichotomy, when we seen Golovkin versus Danny Jacobs, when we seen Golovkin versus Canelo, we didn't see the same monster in Gennady Golovkin, did we? We didn't see the same monster. I mean, even Kovalev, when you compare Kovalev to Golovkin, Kovalev still fights the same. I will give him credit. You know, shouts out to Boxing Ego. Me and Boxing Ego, we were talking about this the other day. You know, that is the difference. You know, Kovalev, he showed the same confidence against Andre Ward, even though he fell short and got stopped in the second fight. But until he got broken down, he fought the same way. He fought with the same confidence. Golovkin does not fight with the same confidence when he steps up in competition. Let me see what you guys are talking about over here in the comment section. My man said Mikey is my guy too, but Crawford too much. Okay, so that leads me to believe y'all was talking about Garcia versus Crawford. I'm ready for Stevenson to fight somebody. You know, Stevenson, man, I want to see. To me, this is the perfect time for them to build up that Adonis Stevenson versus Kovalev fight. If Kovalev knocks out Shabransky, which I presume he will. You know, I'm predicting he's going to knock him out in impressive fashion. You know, if Kovalev is still the same fighter, I believe he will. I think Tevin defensive skills is he the under the radar. Okay, he's fighting Alvarez, Ortiz or Wilder. Ortiz or Wilder, man, that's a tough one, Tristan. That is a tough one right there, man. I mean, it's Wilder's left hand versus Ortiz's skill set. I mean, that's a tough fight. I gotta really think about that one, man, because I'm starting to buy into Deontay Wilder's confidence too, man. I mean, the fact that Deontay Wilder was willing to pay off his mandatory when he could have easily used that as an excuse to not fight the most dangerous heavyweight in the division. The fact that Deontay Wilder decided to go after and pay money to go after, this man took money out of his pocket just to fight King Kong Ortiz. That makes me say, you know what, man? Maybe this boy Wilder, maybe he knows something we don't know. One thing we all know, I truly believe Wilder, he feels like all I got to do is hit him once. And that's no matter who he fights. I truly believe Wilder, he has that type of mentality. His thought process is all I have to do is land my right hand. Once I land my right hand, it's over. That's what we seen in the Gerald Washington fight. But of course, King Kong ain't no Gerald Washington, but Gerald Washington is a good heavyweight. He is a good heavyweight, and he did better than a lot of fighters did against Deontay Wilder. Shit, he did better than everyone did until he got caught with that one right hand, and it was a wrap. It was a wrap from that point on. So, yeah, my man said Wilder knocking niggas out. Wilder has, what did he say? Wilder has that reach. He needs to execute in Dante. That's one thing. Sometime Wilder, he doesn't take advantage of, basically controlling his opponents with the jab. You guys probably seen that video where Lennox Lewis was outside and he was trying to show Deontay Wilder how to use the jab the proper way, because Lennox Lewis had a beautiful, masterful jab, and he would set you up with that right hand. You would never even see it coming. So did Vladimir Klitschko, though. Vladimir Klitschko had a beautiful jab, man. He had a beautiful jab, and you wouldn't really see that heavy-ass right hand coming because he would set it up so well. Dante, should Jamal Charlo versus Sergey, what's that? His comments are moving up fast. IBF, hold on, let me try to pull that back up. Should Jamal Charlo versus Sergey Deryankachev if GG won't fight him? All right, that's a good question, Coach Sheldon. If he doesn't fight him, and you said be the IBF mandatory. We already know that Golovkin is not going to fight him, so yeah, that's a good idea. Abel Sanchez, Golovkin's trainer, he already said that we're not going to fight Charlo unless the WBC forces us to fight him. Abel Sanchez said that Charlo, he hasn't fought anyone at the middleweight division, so why should we fight him? But we know that makes no sense because Kell Brook had never fought anyone. He literally fought no one at the middleweight division, right? So we know that excuse doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, Vladimir, yeah, absolutely. Vladimir did dominate with the jab. Vitaly had a good jab too, but Vladimir's was better though. My man said Abel Sanchez, stay protecting GG. Jacobs would beat Charlo. That's a good fight, guys. Jacobs versus Charlo. That's a very good fight right there. I wouldn't be surprised if we may end up seeing. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing either Jacobs, Charlo, or Andrade, somebody in that trio, fight against each other before the WBC mandatory Charlo fights the guy that he's supposed to fight, right? So hopefully Charlo gonna have to start, he gonna have to start going Shannon Briggs style, he gonna have to start jumping on stage. I know that's not his style, but Charlo needs to start doing that, man. He needs to start showing up, Muhammad Ali style, man. Start, pull up to Golovkin's training camp, man. Drive up to his house, and post outside of his porch and record it, That's what Charlo needs to do, man. It worked for Lara. Canelo wasn't gonna fight Lara until Canelo jumped on that stage. And you seen the look on Canelo's face. He was like, this damn bastard is now going to make me fight him, because now everybody going to say, oh, man, he punked you. And that's exactly what a lot of people did. That's exactly what a lot of fans, they did. They were saying, why are you letting Lara do you like this, et cetera, et cetera. And next thing you know, he said, forget it. I'll make the fight. I'll fight him. Someone said, do you think Andre Ward ducked Adonis? Well, I mean, I'll tell you this. I don't really feel he ducked him, because I remember there was a time when fans were saying that Andre Ward was ducking Kessler. They said, no, it wasn't Kessler. It was, Butte. They said that Andre Ward was ducking Butte. And I remember Andre said, what has Butte done? I just fought all these opponents. What has he done to deserve a fight against me, et cetera, et cetera? So, I mean, to answer your question, no, I don't really believe, he ducked him. And I believe that if Adonis would have kept winning, eventually they would have fought against each other. But even if let's just say hypothetically, even if you do want to call it a duck, it still wouldn't change anything when it comes to what Andre Ward has accomplished. You know what I'm saying? If Andre Ward won a Super Bowl 5 times, that doesn't change. He still won the Super Bowl 5 times. And the reason why I use that reference, a Super Bowl reference, is because Andre Ward has beat 4 pound-for-pound fighters. He beat 4 pound-for-pound fighters that were on that list at the time he beat them. The only other fighter I can think of that has beat that many fighters that was on the pound-for-pound list at the time he beat him is Floyd Mayweather. And coincidentally, both of those fighters retired as the pound-for-pound king, undefeated, on top. What a coincidence. On the coincidental list. You know what it is. Yeah, y'all. Live, baby. DBN live. Chopping it up with you guys. I think I'm about to get ready to wrap it up. I see you guys. I want to see Adonis versus Kovalev though, man. That's the fight I want to see. I want to see Adonis versus Kovalev, because that's the fight that we always wanted before, and now with Kovalev losing to Andre Ward, that chapter is closed in Kovalev's book. So let's move on. I've always went back and forth when it comes to who will win that fight too. At first, I thought Kovalev would win the fight, because I thought that Adonis was too left hand crazy. He relied too much on just landing his left hand. But he showed in the Top Dog Williams fight, he can also fight on the inside. He's very tough, and that's one thing we know Kovalev is not comfortable at doing. Matter of fact, we heard Kovalev's former trainer, John David Jackson, he just recently made a very interesting, shocking admission. He said that he knew going into that rematch that if Ward went to the body, he was going to stop Kovalev, because he knew Kovalev could not fight on the inside. In fact, he shared a story where your man Kovalev, he said, got knocked out, in sparring with a body shot. So, yeah, man, that's what it is. Thanks for another great live chat. I appreciate that, EB. I appreciate that, EB Scraps. Yeah, but we're going to get ready to wrap it up, man. I plan on getting on here for like 10 minutes, guys. And I've been on here for an hour and 13 minutes, man. But I enjoyed chopping it up with you guys. I thank everybody in the comment section that donated. I appreciate that, as always. That helps new media grow. Yeah, man, we're going to go ahead and keep doing it strong, man. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep spitting the truth. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter how much resistance we deal with. It don't matter what type of fire they throwing at us. You could call me whatever you want to call me. You know what I'm saying? You can call me all them racial slurs. You could call me all kind of stuff. One thing you will not call me is a motherfucking liar. Hashtag new media. That's what it is. We speaking the truth unapologetically, okay? That's what it is. All day. Everybody in the comment section, once again, show that love. Show that love. Show that love. Drop a comment. You can just show love by saying what's up in the comment section. Whatever it is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Loving this beat. Shouts out to my man Rujay. This beat is by my man Rujay. I got to get my man Coach Sheldon's beat in the rotation as well. We're gonna get you in there. We're gonna play your beats too, Coach Sheldon. I just got so many damn beats, man. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, y'all. That's about it for me. Once again, all this this good, info and all this good stuff I done dropped, it'll be up in the comment section. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the comments right now. It'll be up on my channel. It'll be uploaded. Hashtag new media. Hashtag decaf educator. You know what it is, Coach Sheldon. Digging the channel. I appreciate it. Ed Valencia, man. And thanks for the donation. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, my son, we was going to do some interviews. Dante, you are the man. Love the show. Long Beach, LBC. That's what it is. I love seeing my city in the comment section. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Good looking out, my man Whitaker. We working. Hashtag we working, Coach Sheldon. 562 all day. Body snatcher know what it is. You know what that 562 is like. You know what that 562 life is. Oh, you missed. Oh, yeah, you said Charlo Lubin. I already said, man, I can't really speak too much on that one, man. That'll be a good fight, though, man. All I'm going to say is that's a 50-50 fight. And Jamel Charlo is over there sparring with Errol Spence, the best sparring in the world. And Lubin is probably the closest talent to Errol Spence, if you ask in Dante's Boxing Nation. That's just how I see things. You feel me? Yes, sir. I forgot I was going to say something else. My man said, speak later. Okay, UK fans. All right. Man, there was something else I was going to say before I let y'all go. I forgot. Yeah, I was going to say something else, but I think somebody had asked something else, but okay. Anyway. All right, y'all. Good stuff, y'all. Good stuff. Hashtag new media. We moving, y'all. We keeping it moving. I'm going to let y'all go, man. That's what it is, y'all. Oh, yeah, tune in to the show. Oh, yeah, something else, too, real quick, man. October 15th, man, if you guys are in California, they're going to have a boxing event, and they're going to actually honor me, your boy, Dante's Boxing Nation, Ellie Setback, and I think one more other person. I believe it's behind the gloves, So yeah, if you guys are out there, it's a pro boxing event and an amateur event. Flavor Flav is hosting it. Eddie Murphy is supposed to be there. It should be a cool event. So come out there. I'll put the information in the comment section. It's in California. I think it's in the city of Glen. Here, let me see. Let me see what. Hold on, y'all. I'll tell you guys. Let me see. Let me look at this, and I'll tell you right now where it's gonna be. For everybody in California, man, come out and show your love. Yeah, it's going to be at Valley College South Gym. It's in Fulton Avenue. It's 5800 Fulton Avenue, Valley, Glen, California, and that's October 15th. October 15th on a Sunday. Yeah, man, it should be a cool event. Yep. So yeah, man. Anyway, that's all I got, y'all. I'll catch up with you guys. Yes, sir.